Hazelcat, Hazelcat, rescue cat who knows where it's at. Use a chair for her bed, pair of cymbals by her head. Look out, here comes the Hazelcat.
Peter Parker is riding in a plane to South America. He signed up to be a temporary exchange student, but as the plane is flying over the high Andes, he's a little nervous. And with good reason. Even today, lightning is a danger to planes. Our engineers have gotten better about protecting vital systems from the massive electrical jolt and all that, but it's still not perfect. And when this was made, it was a big deal. Most passenger planes would try to steer around or over a thunderstorm like this one. Peter's plane doesn't have either of those luxuries right now. Our pilot and co-pilot are doing the best they can. But it's really hard to steer the plane and stuff like this when the yoke is made of rubber.
We can't afford to lose a foot of altitude. Let's get out of here fast. The storm has magnetized the instruments. I can't tell where we're going.
Inevitably, the engines stop when the plane crashes in the jungle. I think I've seen this story before, about 100 times.
Isn't it curious, though, how the clouds here glimmer with a brilliance of almost pure gold?
Yes. There are stories among my people. The city of gold underneath the clouds, jealously guarded by its inhabitants, whose crew clutches, no traveler returns.
Well, I see no reason to just sit here. Let's go find it. I give our director credit for getting the monkeys right. Most South American monkeys live in trees, whereas most Old World monkeys live on the ground. At least we won't see any gorillas this time. I also like the outfits. They aren't overdone the way Hollywood frequently did such things. Those guys look like an untouched South American tribe. Nicely done. And there's a good chance that's the last time I'll say that.
The golden skull, it speaks of our fate.
What a place to pick to land!
The three of them will sort of mill around wondering what to do now. If I was among them, I think the first thing I'd do is ask where Peter Parker is. Oh, there he is. Question 1, when did he manage to change? Question number 2, where's he going?
Devilman!
No, he's...
Listen, we're not alone here. If you want to save yourselves, save the discussions for later and follow me. Let's hope this stream gets us out of here fast.
Oh, don't worry. If fast is what you want, you got it.
Hang on! I can't!
Is that fast enough for you? And by the way, hold on to what?
Down! We are going down to infinity! We're falling!
Yes, that often happens when gravity starts exerting itself over the water. Sadly, the raft came out upside down, and since Spidey had webbed those guys to it,
What? We'll need all hands now. We're in an underground river.
they have nothing to paddle or steer with. They're at the mercy of the current, so I'm at a loss as to what he thinks all hands should be doing. Right now, the most effective things their hands can be doing is this.
Look! It's gold! Solid gold!
Yes. I wonder what lies ahead.
Good thing it's that flammable gold so he could make a torch out of it. There's a section in here with some bats and Spiderman messing with their echolocation that's so absurd even I don't want to watch it again. Since I'm nice and I like to share, I'll spare you having to watch it too. Except for this.
Bats are totally blind. They find their way completely by the feedback they get from their whistles.
Really? Maybe we can jam up their radar.
One, bats are not blind. Their eyesight isn't the best, but they have it. Second, their echolocation cries are up in the ultrasonic range beyond what humans can hear. So a basic "hey you" whistle isn't going to affect them. Third, and this is where you come in, somebody please explain how he's doing that finger whistle through his mask. Eventually, they come out of the cavern into this. And them.
Your city, your gold.
Somebody call the conspiracy theorists. We need to put them to work finding out why that place looks like the face on Mars 8 years before the picture was even taken.
Now!
No! The Aztec warbird! Impossible!
And it doesn't matter how much you try to keep that rhythm going, I don't think it's going to dance for you.
Maybe I can hitch a ride. Solid 24 carat.
Well, yeah, you think a conquistador with a bunch of locals is going to settle for cheap 18 karat? While he's playing with that thing, the locals throw a net over the other guys and drag them to their leader.
So that's the idea. We're going to play wall ball, and I'm the ball. Okay, Bertie, time for a landing.
Okay, one more time, let's go over what the word landing means.
Time to fasten my seatbelt. I'll say one thing for him. He sure makes a big impression.
Spider-Man's quips and comebacks were already legendary. It's too bad we aren't hearing any of them. The bird doesn't realize that with his wings frozen, he can't fly. I guess gold can also get brittle when it gets cold.
Magnifico!
He shall pay. I, De Vargas, pledge you. They all shall pay.
Pay for what? They got here by accident and haven't done much of anything, so what's the problem?
Down this pit is the source of my power. The volcano Krapawa. Following the example set by my conquistador ancestors, it is here I dispose of my victims, and so keep my subjects constantly loyal.
It won't be said out loud, but he's convinced them he controls the volcano, and if they make him mad, it'll get mad too.
He has beaten your best. Why don't you give up?
He has conquered the leopard bats, through which none but the bravest have ever passed. He has broken the ancient magic of the great golden warbird, a feat never before accomplished. But He shall not survive the great guardian of fire.
All you have to do is convince him to go into it, right?
Look out! Fire!
Since nobody had been down there before, they had no idea the volcano was powered by commercial brakes.
Yes, my friend. You are partway down the mouth of our volcano. As long as you choose to stay there, you are safe from the flames beneath you. But when you see what awaits you on the web, you may prefer to be fodder for the fire.
Much to de Vargas's dismay, when Peter greeted it one spider to another, they sat down and played a few games of gin rummy.
That should keep you busy for a while.
He can't kill it, one spider to another, remember? And before anyone asks, I assume that giant medieval European battle axe is one of de Vargas's leftovers. Speaking of de Vargas, his frustration has boiled over into the realm of didn't think this through.
Uh-oh.
Fire!
There are going to be repercussions.
That's putting it mildly. This thing will blow its top like Mount St. Helens in 1980. And no, it's not outside the realm of possibility for this to happen. Often there's just a little layer of rock or whatever holding all that pressured magma back, and it doesn't take much to break one of them and release the worst of it. De Vargas hasn't kept up with advances in science over the past 400 years, so he didn't know that.
Where did everyone go?
They took off down the stream.
De Vargas was going first and the others were following him. Or more precisely, they were chasing him. They aren't too happy with him anymore. Will they catch him? You really think we get to find out? We already filled our runtime requirement.
Looks like we better do the same.
The whole place is coming down, destroying centuries of work and history. At least this time there's a legitimate reason for it, because volcanoes tend to have that effect on man-made structures.
Gee, it sure went out with a bang. I saw the whole thing from here.
He saw you go into that whirlpool, saw you go through the underground cavern, he saw it all from right here. The best part is they're buying it.
Yes, my boy. $1 billion blast.
Curious. Just as we reached safety, our webbed wonder vanished before we could thank him for saving us.
Well, it just goes to prove that real heroes are real modest.
Or they have to change back into their street clothes real quick so everybody doesn't think they were eaten by a jaguar or something. Though if Peter's eyesight is that good, he would have had plenty of time to spot it and find a hiding place. We see a helicopter pick them up and all is well. When the pilot asked who was paying for this trip, Peter held out a golden claw that he picked up from that bird and said, "Will this cover it?" The pilot studied it for a moment and said, "Make it 2 and it's a deal." Peter and company spent the next 6 months searching the jungle for another one without success. So they worked out another plan. As of today, Peter is still making payments. It's that flammable. Everybody doesn't. Plenty of time to spot. So everybody isn't. Good grief! Held out a golden claw. Why? Okay.